It feels like what you are describing is a form of developing a cultural identity being how the lenses through which we view the world, who we are, and what our role is in the world.
Yes.
And I don't think there is a better time to understand and be aware of our cultural identity more than now. Like now, with everything happening, with 2020 being the year of, chaos and turmoil and deconstruction and reconstruction and healing and growth and depth and like suffering. There is so much that has happened this year alone. And I don't think we have gone deeper in friendship and relationship more so than we have this year. So in the context of the state of the world, how do you feel like becoming spiritual healing, spiritual practices plays a role? Like, is it needed right now? Do you think this is what people need?
So, I think, even one of the hot topics right now, and it's been a topic for generations, but it's just risen to the surface in a new way, is reconciliation and racial reconciliation. And originally, I only called Becoming a Ministry of Reconciliation.
Wow.
And it's looking at, reconciliation with God, not the one-time thing, but how do I reconcile this part of my life, my marriage, my friendships, this friendship, that friendship, my homeschool. It's this progressive reconciliation with God in the different things where you say, I'm gonna let the Spirit take over that piece. And then it's about reconciliation within yourself. And, yes, I'm a believer, but there's aspects of my life that are walking in obedience. And then there's things that are going rogue and in rebellion because I'm afraid or I got broken there, or whatever it is. And so we're actively doing these things. And the third part, the final 4 tools, the tools actually break down that way. The first 4 have to do with you and God. The next 4 have to do with the inner workings. And the final 4 have to do with reconciliation with other people, which is what we're talking about in the culture. The problem is
the hardest.
We start there as a culture.
And it's that's right. That's right.
And so we take our sharp shards and we come out, we're like, I'm going to be a reconciler, but you're still carrying all the things that have transfixed you and you're cutting other people. And we come out with our pride instead of recognizing we're not better. Like when you look back at your story to remember where God's been, you also find your need, your weakness, your own sin, your insecurities, and that humbles you. And that humbling makes you enter into reconciliation in society with other people, not thinking you're better, but thinking counting the other as better than yourself. That's what the scriptures talk about. And so do I think it's relevant? I think it's more relevant maybe than it's ever been, because I'm afraid for the people of our culture to run out to be reconcilers and jump on this bandwagon instead of going, I need to get healed myself. Every day a little bit. So I go out and every day I'm a little bit more of a reconciler.
No, it totally makes sense. It's like, if that's not reconciled and healed within me, how can I bring that anywhere else? How? You can't. You can't give what you've not been given.
That's right.
You
That's
can't
right. That's
forgive.
Right.
You can't. It's impossible. It's empty.
Well, and I feel like we all know what it's like to put the cart before the horse, to go to stage 4 before getting to stage 1 of like, okay, I'm gonna go out and befriend these people who are nothing like me, who look nothing like me, who think nothing like me, and I've tried that. I've done that, and what that does is that makes me operate out of my own strength.
That's right.
And out of my own patience.
Flesh.
And then
right.
I'm sitting across the table from these, two people that not you, but we've had our differences as well. But like, I know what that feeling is, to sit down with somebody and to try to do life in a way where I'm so messed up inside and I don't have a connection with the love of God, the
Yes.
grace of God.
That's right. That's right.
I find it hard to even love myself or forgive myself for the things that I've done. And here I am sitting across from two people who think so differently from me and who don't agree with anything I have to say, and whose cultures and backgrounds were so dramatically and drastically different than mine. And, you can only last in relationship that long before you small-minded person, you know nothing about the world. It's like, of course, like that will build up in you unless you have been broken.
That's right.
And you have, and I feel like after this year, I can truly say it is so much better to be broken by God than by another person. Right. And sometimes he will use other people as tools to break through us, and like, God forbid the day we despise those people, because they are the tools that he has chosen to reveal our egos, reveal our pride. And then once you're aware of that and you see that and you go through the cycles of believing and remembering and asking and imagining, and then you find healing and peace within yourself, now I can go to my friends.
That's right.
And go with humility.
That's right. And you're
not
not
trying to be right.
That's right. And you're not like for self-protecting, because
self-protecting.
There's a breaking, right? There's a humbling, but there's also, we take a little bit of that time to heal. So we're coming out going, God's my protector.
Yes.
I don't have to be self-protect, because people feel that wall, don't they?
Yeah.